to talk to Shane. Welcome to the web with Kurre and Klapow. How are you?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Fantastic, man. What can we do for you?
What's going on?
Just hanging out. I met Taylor yesterday at an event, and he told me about you guys, and I really like the content you guys are provoking. It's a good conversation.
Great. Good. You guys, this is something you might want to weigh in on the Me Too thing?
Yeah, well, I feel like the solution to that, by the way, on all my social media, I'm Solution Shay, and that's S-H-A-Y. But I feel like the solution to the Me Too stuff, for like a guy asking a girl out, is just to communicate with hot communication. Just be honest, open, and thorough. And most people aren't honest, open, and thorough, and that's where all the problems come in. Except for when it's like what you guys were discussing, when it's power dynamics there, like your boss, it's more difficult to be hot. But when it's not your boss and it's just like at a bar or a peer, I feel like hot communication is the solution. What do you guys think?
I got a question for you. I get honest, open. I think I do. But define what you mean by thorough. Like, or just give me some examples of where you're going with thorough, because I think that one's really interesting. I mean, the other ones are interesting too, but thorough is where I'm fascinated.
Right. Well, thorough's more when you built a relationship with someone where you can just be like, go in depth and explain why. Like, if I'm going to ask a girl out, like, hey, I really like your energy. I would like to build a relationship with one another. If we're not interested romantically, then we can build like a brother-sister relationship. There's ways that we can mutually benefit one another just by building the relationship, because relationships are the key to life. It's the key to being successful internally and externally financially. It's all about relationships.
So how do you use that? How do you use that, though? I mean, again, so somebody you don't know, right? Because I think this is where all these men who are concerned, they're saying, look, if I ask her out and I'm honest, I find you attractive, or I like you, or whatever, and I'm open, I'd like to get to know you better.
Right.
And the guys are saying, well, look, now I'm going to be accused of harassment if she says no, or I'm not that interested. How would you do thorough? What else could you do so that you know that you're not harassing her, or you don't think you're harassing her, but you're still pursuing her?
Right. Well, like me personally, if I ask a girl out one time, I'm not going to ask again, to be honest, unless she like gives me signs and warms up a little bit. But I think the aspect you're bringing up, and I didn't really think of it, and thank you for bringing that up, that's an insight. You kind of have to work towards the thorough part as you build the relationship.
But you should be, then you're just hoe.
No, but
yeah.
But he makes a good point, and this is the part where I'm baffled, because we even had somebody text in and said, okay, well, what about if she plays hard to get?
Right.
Okay, so what does that mean? So
right.
How does that change your pursuit? Does that mean what?
Well, like, is this person, are we talking about in the workplace?
No, the workplace to me is, look, it's really clear in the workplace. You probably are not supposed to be, in most workplaces, you're not supposed to date colleagues. You're not supposed to date people in the workplace anyway, right?
Right, I totally agree with that. Like, I've owned my own business since I was 22, and I definitely, am against dating in the workplace because it gets too emotional, and in business you have to be non-emotional, be focused on the business rather than your personal life.
And you're forced to see them every day even when you don't want to.
Right, exactly.
So she's playing hard to get. How do you know she's playing hard to get, and how do you become thorough?
Listen,
that's the thing.
Most guys know when a woman's playing hard to get, right?
How? No, I agree. Because she's coy about it.
Yeah, in a very flippant kind of way, she'll do the "I'm not interested," and then a woman can always just walk away, right? Can she not just? When that's on the workplace, she can always throw the drink in your face and say, "I'm not interested. I'm done."
And again, it's harassment if she says no, even in a bar, a non-workplace, any place. She says, "I'm not that interested," and you say, "Oh, come on, honey,
not that interested." See, that's an open door there.
Who have, I guess maybe we lean towards this hot communication. If they're playing hard to get, they're probably so hard to get. They're not going to tell you, please stop talking to me.
Right. That's exactly.
Please stop. Most of us are pretty honest and open when we don't want you bothering us.
Right.
We say, stop. And when we like you, yeah, we might play coy and we might play a little hard to get, but we're not honestly and openly saying, get the hell away.
This is the thing. It is amazing.
Shay, we appreciate the phone call.
Thank you, buddy.